So you've started like 10 different times now. And now you're probably thinking, how can I do this in a different way where it will actually stick and get me results? Hi, I'm Skya. Welcome to Cybervoid, the transformation station. And today we're going to talk about how to keep going. So, the reason you're not sticking to it is life. I know, really, that's it? Yeah. You can plan meticulously for days on end, and life will still find a way to get in the way. And let's be honest, the changes that you're shooting for, you are just not used to yet. It's not your normal yet. And when things get rough, it is a lot easier to revert back to what we consider to be normal. It's comfortable. And of course, when you set out to make giant changes that alter your entire life, things are going to get rough because you're not used to it. It's not comfortable. It's making sense, right? It's kind of like this for me. The whole YouTube channel thing does not feel real yet. This is my second video. It doesn't feel like a real responsibility, and it's only a real responsibility if I make it a responsibility. Nobody else is hurt when I don't show up. Nobody, especially right now. Maybe if I had some fans or a following or something like that, somebody else would have some kind of a consequence from me not taking care of my responsibilities. But right now, it's just me. I'm the only one who's going to feel it when I fall. Which means, yeah, I could say screw it. I could throw in the towel and just decide that's not the life that I want. But I know that's fake. I know that's just me wanting to surrender in order to fulfill something. Probably the desire to be a little bit lazy. If I'm honest, that's been me all week. That's been me. I've just been like, I really need to make this YouTube video. It's my main priority for the week. And I'm over here just, it's a mix of, I'm so tired. And I have all of these other things that I would rather be done before I get this done. But sometimes life doesn't work that way, especially when you just sit there thinking about it. And you know what? I'm even going to go as far as to say that it is okay to fall. It's okay to be a little bit lazy sometimes and decide this week I'm just not fucking doing it. Oh, there goes my money. Oh well. Because honestly, we're all figuring out ways to keep ourselves sustainable, like just to keep things moving and working. It's not something that is easily taught to us because we're all different and individual, and whatever works for you might kill me, okay? And in no other place in our lives do we take the L and decide that that makes us have to start all the way over. Could you imagine failing a test or even a whole grade and they're like, nope, sorry, you have to go back to kindergarten, pre-K even? It'd drive us crazy. I say all of this to say, please cut yourself some slack. Cut yourself some slack. Stop starting all the way over. Take the notes that you wrote down because you knew over here what you wanted to do. You still want to do the same thing. You're creating the same notes over and over and over again, getting trapped in the planning stage. This is not the goal. This is why vision boards are so important, no matter how messy they are. You want your goals staring you in the face, even on your bad, lazy days. Because the first step of keep going is to resume and to stop starting all the way over. Stop trying to perfect the start of your journey. It's not supposed to be perfect. We can't afford to be perfectionists because perfection comes with a lot of imbalance, actually. A lot of the times when you're a perfectionist, you will have this tunnel vision on the aspects that you hate the very most, and you will try and polish those out while letting the rest of everything suffer. Um, the thing we want to focus on doing is building up our skills for the whole of something instead of just a slice of the pie, a little aspect. It's like viewing life as the whole, and then you've got work and friends and family and all of that situation. You don't want to focus so much on one that the rest of the aspects fall apart from the piece. If you're doing something you truly enjoy, it's going to be fun or at the very least interesting to learn the skill. Sometimes the lazies hit really strong, and I talked about that a little bit earlier, that I've been struggling with that this week. And I have some solutions, but I'm gonna be honest, you really need to be able to snap yourself into it. My first option is to try something that shocks your body. I'm not saying electrocution. If that's your thing, maybe. I'm talking about like an ice bath, smelling salts, loud noises, whatever will shock you wide awake and into that I'm ready to go. Thinking about that a little bit, it does sound like intentionally triggering your fight or flight in order to get your subconscious to a place that it's more open to suggestion. I have no idea how good that is for you, but I have heard that ice baths are pretty good for you. So, give and take. Once you have the jump kick, once you have that energy, don't waste it. Get into gear. An object in motion is harder to put out of motion than an object that's already out of motion. I'm sure we all know that one, and I'm definitely sure that I butchered that. You could also use this moment of shock of like putting yourself in a more suggestive state. You could use it to do your affirmations and tell yourself who the fuck you are, and assure yourself that you are who the fuck you are. So you gave yourself an energy boost, and maybe that's not the thing that's doing it for you. You're just not that inspired. Well, then get expired, bitch. For real, take some time and get yourself excited again. You have to remind yourself of the reasons. Is it money? Is it because you'd be doing what you love? Is it saving and changing the world? Is it becoming famous? What is your motive? You could even go a little bit deeper and start scripting. Pretend that it's already happened and you already have everything that you want. Write about that day. Write about days after that when that's your normal. And if you find you need to use other people as inspiration, go ahead and look up other people who are doing the things that you want to do. Look at the ways they're doing it and the ways they're accomplishing their goals. Do not use this as a reason to compare, though. Don't stress about your pace. I feel like a lot of the times, especially if you're a perfectionist, this is one of the things that will drag us down. If I'm not going fast enough, I don't want to do it at all. If I'm not going to get it done at the right time, or blah, 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 for this to blah, 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 it doesn't matter. And if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it, whether it's too late or not. It will never be a waste of your time to work on yourself, your goals, or your dreams. So let yourself rest when you need it and get back up when you can. Instead of focusing on not falling, focus on going. Falling is inevitable and does not require our attention. The better you get at balancing, the less you will fall, and the more you take care of yourself, the easier it will be to get back up. Ideally, you will have a strategy for maintaining your energy, but at this point, I believe we're all beginners at this, and it takes a lot of trial and error. So burnout is pretty much inevitable. Here's the things that I would say to do if you do burn out. Rest is a big duh. You need your sleep. You need to let your muscles actually Go back into a good nervous system state and relax. Assess and meet your needs. Deep down, you know when you're not taking care of yourself, for whatever reason you do it. Do not abandon yourself just to try and make people like you. And get ready to resume. Maybe you need to make some adjustments. Take the notes you already made and make the adjustments. Do not start over. Don't do it. If any of this can be perfected, it's through action, not planning. Here's an example I wrote up. Let's say you're burnt out at school or work and got a week off to get situated. You've rested and start assessing what it's like to go to work or school, and you realize you always get hungry at a specific time, and that's where your average day sours. So you plan to bring a snack and keep it accessible enough to get ahead of the pattern. Or maybe you realize you don't like anything about school or work, but you have to do it. This is the boat most people are in. It's a long-term problem, and you need to find a way to support yourself emotionally, mentally, and physically. So you invest in yourself. You're on your feet all day, you get insoles. People break you down, you build yourself back up. You're exhausted and mostly sleep at home, you better have the most luxurious bed, sheets, and whatever set you need. Make what has to be done tolerable. Meanwhile, in your downtime, I would be looking for other long-term solutions if you can't do your job, and also try and think of something else to do that would be better for you. And if you were gonna look at that and actually take it seriously, I would be making a vision board. Make a plan that excites you, and on your worst days, use whatever little energy it gives you to just freaking keep going. Because it's not like you can just take an ice bath at work. I mean, maybe in some jobs, but not most of them. And here's a little secret of mine. Sorry, my ceiling fan is squeaky. A little secret of mine. I use obsession to wake myself up in the middle of the day when I'm exhausted. Like a little pick me up.